Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. All right, Sim fans, how are you tonight? Well, welcome to this late night stream. I do realize it's hump day, right in the middle of the week, right? Right in the middle of the week. Are we ready for the weekend? I would say so. I know I am. How about you? Yep. Yeah, well, hey, I appreciate you all joining me this evening. And we're going to do a flight from Detroit back to Chicago. A few days back, I did a night flight, late night, from Chicago to here. So we got to get this bird back to Chicago, where we came from. So that's where we're going to go, fans. All right. And I thought also I'd try this out during the day, because if you caught my last stream, I definitely had some issues with frame rates. And so definitely need to see how it does with the day textures. And I had tried it out before, and it definitely worked out a lot better doing a day flight in terms of rates and frame rates. And so, anyway, Sim fans, let's go ahead and get started. Let's hop into this bird. Oh, one thing I wanted to show all of you, though, before we do. The one thing, how many of you out there play X-Plane, Sim on X-Plane? I still do. I mentioned this before. I do it with my IFR flights. So when I have the SIDS and the stars, I still like for my IFR flying, I still like to hop into X-Plane. And I do all my VFR flights like we're doing tonight. I'm going to do the VFR flight, of course, in the beautiful world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, there is no choice. When you want to do VFR flying, you've got to do it in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Unless, of course, you want to fly your third-party software that you purchased for X-Plane, which there is still certainly a place for that, right, in all of our hearts. But Microsoft Flight Simulator, we are so glad you're here. So, what I wanted to show you, friends, is I wanted to show you that the one nice thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator, and many of you probably know this, but if you're still not sure about making the plunge to Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's okay. That's okay. But, when you would, hey, check this out. What do we got going by here? That looks like probably a Bonanza. Nah, that's pretty cool. So the one nice thing about this, Sim fans, is, as you probably already know, but if you don't, the fact that you can change the weather and the time all on the fly. No reloading night textures, right? Just slide the slider right by. You can see the stars go by. And then we want to go back to noon, where we started. We can do that. No need to change the time and then reload all the textures and wait for X-Plane to finally get done and then bring you back. I think with X-Plane 11.5.0 and some of the builds on top of that, certainly it's getting better with performance and Vulkan. But what you came here for tonight isn't to talk about X-Plane, it's to talk to Microsoft Flight Simulator. But that's why I'm showing you how cool it is that you can just change the time of day on the fly, as I just showed you. You all probably are well aware of that. But if you're not, I just want to show you that quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in the bird and let's get started. All right, so I am going to go ahead, pop open the window. We get some fresh air there. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery. And, of course, tonight, fans, as you can see, we've got I'm calling this the Honeycomb cam. But tonight it's just going to be the Bravo Throttle Quadrant cam. But sometimes I have it on both. Tonight I decided to give a little more close-up for all of you to look at it and be able to see. I'll pull the props down so you can see these indicator lights. Isn't she beautiful? You see the landing gear lights. Isn't that beautiful? So, just got to love it, right? Just got to love it. We're going to kick our props back to full there as we get this bird ready for flight. So now we got the battery on. Of course, we're going to go down here. We're going to turn on our fuel selectors for left and right. Got that started. All right, great. All right, let's go ahead and let's kick on our left fuel pump. Let's prime this left engine 3 times. And, of course, we're going to have to put our mixture up on the left. We'll do this. Usually I throw both of those up together, which is fine, but tonight we're just going to try it a little different. We're just going to do one at a time. You know, I should have yelled clear there before I started that engine, but hey, we're in a simulator, so we didn't hurt anybody, right? Okay, so that's started. Now we'll turn off that left fuel pump, turn on the right fuel pump, prime this 3 times. Now I got to put up the right mixture control for the right engine. We'll pretend we said clear. We'll light that right engine up. All right, now that both of them are lit, we'll go ahead and turn that right fuel pump off. Now we got everything on. I'm going to go over to my Honeycomb Alpha Flight Controls. I turn my avionics on. I turn my alternator on. Got everything ready to go. All right, rock and roll, rock and roll. So now what we're going to do is simply make sure that we got everything in our GPS ready to go. So we're going to turn this V lock. So sim fans, we got to change that because we're going to do a GPS flight. We're going to click that CDI button. That's going to switch our mode to GPS. So we get off of the localizer and we're ready to go. Now the next thing too, we're going to do O'Hare. And so our desired track here is 275. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to our course. I'm going to switch this to course on our Honeycomb Bravo Throttle Quadrant, and I'm going to turn that dial till we get to approximately the 275. Notice it jumps by tens, and that's just because of this aircraft. So if we want it to be exact, we got to go over here and just kind of hold it and then let it kind of settle in at that 275 mark, which we got. All right, good job. All right, we're ready to go there. Notice we got 203 miles that we're flying today. So we got a 185 track to which we're heading right now where our nose is pointing. So let's go ahead and call ATIS and let's see what the weather's going to be like here. It's going to be clear, I can tell you that, and probably standard pressure at 29.92. Cheers, by the way. All right, 27 right. So what I like to do is I like to come back over here, throw this on heading, and then we'll get this set on 27. We can hit M on the keyboard. That'll bring up our map, sim fans, so we can check it out here. Zoom in a little bit here, and all right. So we're just going to taxi. What I'm going to plan on doing, fans, is we'll just we'll taxi to 27. We'll do an intersection takeoff. So let's go right down here, and we'll take off 27. All right. So we'll keep that in mind. And let's go ahead and tune ground so we can turn off the ATIS. And we're not going to use ATC tonight. Hopefully, I can get this bird turned around. The pushback system, you know, I on the weekly top 5 announcements for Microsoft Flight Simulator talked about some ground service vehicles and pushback systems that are coming. One actually is already out, and so do check that out. I do need to buy it so I can show it off here for all of you to see, but haven't done that yet, but we will. All right, get back in here. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Oh, we want to turn on our transponder, so we'll do that quick. Get that on. And I don't know how many of you will be joining tonight. See one online here, but that's cool. You know, it is a Wednesday evening. A lot of us have to work, and it is late. Most people are probably in bed. But, yeah, I just felt like doing this late tonight, so try to do some of them during the week a little earlier. So for those of you that want to check it out, but need to get to bed for the next day, which is me. But screw it. We're gonna fly anyway. It's a good day to fly. All right. So next thing we got to do is take off our parking brake, which actually I have mapped here, and we'll give it some gas. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to go back over here, like I mentioned. Try not to run into the barricade there. We're going to put in a notch of flaps. So I'm going to go over here, stick a notch of flaps in. Ah, you know what? I forgot to do something, Sim fans. How could I forget? How could I forget? I need to turn on my track IR. Kind of a screwy taxiway. I actually didn't mean to turn right there, but that's okay. But I am going to see if I can start the track IR. Sometimes it works after you start Flight Simulator, and sometimes it just doesn't want to do its thing. So let's just go up here, and we'll take off from here. We'll do a short field takeoff, and we'll see what we can do here, fans. But I do really, really want to get this... 27 right, all right. So we're going to stop right here. Let me throw on the parking brake really quick. I'll be getting this set. Let's hope that I can get it launched here and that it'll work. I will soon know. I've got a green light. I'm looking for a blue light. There we go. All right. We got it, Sim fans. We got it. I hear a plane coming in somewhere here. Oh, yeah, to the right there. Coming right up. All right, so let's get our, we'll just say we'll track IR for a second. Get our landing light on, get our strobe lights on, turn the taxi off, and we're ready to rock and roll, fans. Do a little bit of trim up. He's probably going to run right over us. Nope, he's going right. Well, he's just going to disappear. Vanished, just like that. Crazy. All right, let's go ahead and close this window. Get a little more quiet in here. And let's go ahead and we're going to take off. And let's hope that it doesn't crash on us and think we overstressed the aircraft, and we really didn't. That's one bug I found in this Carenado PA44. Every once in a while, when you take off for the first time, it will, for some reason, Microsoft Flight Simulator will register it as overstressing the aircraft, even if you're only going 60 knots and you're just gradually pulling up. But we'll see what happens here. Come on, baby, don't crash on me. Gear up. All right, that time we got through it. I think, and I'm not positive of this, but I think as long as you're, if you're sitting still and you trim, you're okay. But if you happen to be like moving onto the runway and then you start trimming and then you go take off, seems like every time I do that, it like registers as overstressing the aircraft for whatever reason. It's super, super duper annoying. All right, we're just going to bank right and get ourselves oriented to that yellow course line below our horizontal indicator, situational indicator there. So, or HSI, if you will. Let's check out Detroit. You know, Sim fans, I'm really excited for when Microsoft, if and when, or some third-party developer gets, you know, real liveries for air traffic. There's some third-party stuff out there, but the routes and stuff aren't accurate. So, but it sounds like Microsoft is working on it. We can take that notch of flaps out. See, I've got the lever up there. Now it's down. I got to put a little trim in. Keep that nose going up. What should we fly? Let's see. We're going to be going left, so we'll go even. So let's climb up to 4,500. There's Detroit. When we check our GPS, you can see we still need to get oriented with that magenta line, right? So we're going to zoom out a little bit so we see more of that. All right, good deal. I kind of like to intercept the course line at a 45-degree angle. Oh, there's that plane, fans, that was disappeared and just that's a new technology, right? If you're gonna have a traffic collision, there's no more just avoiding it. It's just your plane will just become invisible and then regenerate when you get past that that potential collision. Pretty cool technology. Oh boy, yeah. Well, in the simulator, anything's possible, right? That's why we love simming. Let's go ahead and bank a little bit more to the right here. All right. And so when we get a little bit closer to that intersection, I am going to go ahead and throw in the autopilot. Actually, I'll probably go ahead and do that now. And then we'll get the altitude set. Because we're at about 4,500. There it is. We'll hit the altitude button for holding altitude. And as you can see here, sim fans, we've got that set right here. This is our autopilot within this Piper Seminole. As you can see, while I select stuff here, it reflects in there. How cool is that? We can go ahead and take a little bit of the RPMs out of the prop. So we're going to drop that to 25. We'll take some mixture out as well as some throttle out. About 2,300. I'm going to go ahead and take some mixture out until we get that EGT kind of leveled out there. Alright, there we go. That's probably about good. Yeah, we're cruising, fans. We're cruising. And we're on our way. We are on our way. Definitely check out, I mentioned it before, but definitely set your views. And map your views to either keyboard strokes, or, some of your buttons on your controllers, whatever you have. I highly recommend that. It's kind of nice. I just hit one button, I go over here, I see my GPS, I hit another button, I can see all my steam gauges, I hit another button, I go up top, and I can see out of the cockpit, hit another button like the space bar, I can kind of see down below me. But definitely another button I can see off my left wing, and yet another button I can see off my right wing, another button I can go outside, pan around with my mouse. By the way, speaking of which, make sure like with your mouse, when you want to use that to pan around either your aircraft or especially when you're outside, I believe by default Microsoft Flight Simulator will actually have control surfaces mapped to your mouse. So I saw a hilarious video of pretty well-known streamer on YouTube here that isn't regular for simming, but does a lot of FPS stuff. And he was trying Microsoft Flight Simulator for the first time, and hats off to him because he didn't have any controls map. He was actually trying with the keyboard. It's hilarious. And got outside, and he crashed like 5 times, and then by the time he actually got the aircraft off, he was going for about 15 minutes, smooth and steady, and thought he had it figured out. But then he went to the outside view like this, and then he's like, "Oh, look at those houses," and panned around, and all of a sudden his aircraft went all wonky, he lost control, went to the ground, and we didn't know what was going on. So I know all of you probably watching this know better, but yeah, it was pretty funny. I hadn't laughed that hard in the longest time. He's pretty animated. You probably could guess who I'm talking about. But yeah, I'll say the color red. Anybody guess who I'm referring to? There are a lot of streamers, but he's got a few million following him, so you probably know who I'm talking about. All right, so yeah, so let's check it out. So we've got, what do we have here? Approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes. And what I'm planning on doing tonight, sim fans, is planning on, getting this flight, we'll go over Lake Michigan, and we'll come in on the east side of Chicago. And as we fly in, I think what I'll do is like I did in the last live stream, actually do some I did some night flying all around Chicago, so this time I'll do it during the day, so we can get a nice look at the city at night. Of course, this is the Orbx scenery, the add-on, which is actually the author of it is Drzwiecki. I can never pronounce that right. Somebody tell me if I'm pronouncing that right. Drzwiecki? I don't know, Drzwiecki. Anyway, yeah. And you've probably seen his work on other stuff like X-Plane and has a few other things within Microsoft. And he's getting going in Microsoft and has done pretty nice. He did one hell of a job on Chicago. One heck of a job. But you want to have if you have your settings even on medium and you're doing night flying, as you can see from my other stream doing night, you definitely want to have a good GPU and processor to run that. I mean, I'm running 32 gigs of memory, and I'm running an older card. I'm running a 1080 NVIDIA, and I'm running an i7 7700K. I really want to build another computer, but you just can't find them. I'm still waiting and hoping and holding out for a 3080 that maybe someday. Yeah, I know. I'm probably fooling myself. That I can grab just the card so I can build another machine, a newer machine. This one's a little over 4 years old, so it's very long in the tooth, especially in terms of gaming. So point being is, you have a system like mine, or older, or maybe not even up to those specs. You might want to tread carefully, if you're looking to do that scenery at night. But you can always turn the graphics down. But then you got that trade-off where then it doesn't look as good. So. It's always a compromise, isn't it, Sim fans? There's always a compromise for this stuff. Get a little tunage going here. Yeah, we'll kill that. You know what? That's more like nighttime. Let's see here. Let's try this, maybe. I don't know if you can even hear that. So yeah, I'd like to show. I've mentioned this before. I'd like to show y'all On Air company. It's one of those programs that gives an objective to the flying, and it's pretty cool. But every time I launch it, and it seems like it's something that's got to be with OBS, because every time I launch that, like On Air, and it's got a 2D panel. This is what I'm guessing it is. I'm thinking this is what it is. Is every time I have it going, it's got a 2D panel, and it's almost like when I have that displayed and I'm showing all of you what it looks like, I lose all my frame rates on my webcam, and I haven't figured it out yet. I got to figure out what's going on with that. It's super annoying, but yeah, because I'd really like to show all of you what it's all about, and I suppose I could do it without flying and just kind of go through On Air company and just kind of demo that outside of flying. But it would be kind of nice to say, look, this is what it looks like, and bring it up. But every time it might be the plugin too. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I haven't figured it out, fans. So I got to figure out what the heck is going on with that thing. Maybe I just need to build a new machine. I think that's what it is. I have to build a new computer, right? I built a new studio for all this, and again, I'm relatively new to the streaming stuff, but I am a real world pilot. I know I mentioned that before, so hopefully you guys and gals out there aren't getting sick of me saying that. But I just I just want to bring some of that knowledge to simming, and I've been a flight sim fan for all my life, as probably many of you have. I had one of you mention, you were back to the Sublogic days, back with the Commodore 64 and the 128, which is just, yeah, I mean, that goes back, right? Way back to the wireframe stuff. Remember that? Wireframe. I remember, flying into Meigs Field and, and seeing that and trying to use the keyboard and trying to fly the airplane. I mean, it wasn't like it was hard enough with it just being wireframe, but we were probably getting what, 3 or 4 frames per second. It's ridiculous. And here we are in this wonderful world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Gotta love it. Yeah. By the way, I do plan on since we got the rooms and everything switched around, and we played musical rooms, and I know I talked about that last stream. But so I did that. My wife and I did that all last weekend. So I think this weekend I might plan on doing a live stream at maybe in the afternoon, maybe later afternoon, 4:30 or something. I've done one at 1:30, but I might try to split the difference and do either one at 3:30 or 4:30, and try to do either kind of a later night or not night but afternoon stream. I know there's some popular streamers out there that like to do stuff like at 1:30, and so maybe I'll try to target the 4:30 time frame and see what we can come up with. And I know I need to get into a different aircraft because I've been doing this aircraft, and I've said that multiple times now, but I just can't get away from this Piper Seminole. I love it. I just like the steam gauges. I like that. And I also like the fact that Piper Aero 3 is coming out from Just Flight. Watch for that. That looks like it's going to be amazing. Can't wait to see that. And I don't know, it could have came out today. I doubt it, but I haven't checked lately the news today anyway. And so who knows? It could actually have been released today. Anybody know? I anticipate it being here soon. But it looks pretty impressive. And if you haven't seen the weekly top 5 announcements I've been doing, I think it was my 3rd or 4th episode this past Sunday. I do them on Sundays, and I do highlight that aircraft, and it just looks amazing. I do show their new trailer. You can check it out directly. You don't have to watch that on my weekly top 5, but do check it out if you would. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, I've been getting quite a few hits with the weekly top 5, and it's been, so far, it's been pretty successful for me, and I've had a lot of you comment to keep doing them and have liked it. So yeah, have to keep on doing that. But anyway, I need to check and see, you know, what the let me do that right now. Why not? Got a computer right here to my right. We can check it out and see. Okay, I got excited for a second there, fans. Sim fans, because I saw Just Flight announces. I got all excited. But this is cool too, because it's another aircraft. Just Flight announces the Hawk T1A Advanced Trainer for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that news just came out today. You know, I've got a Thrustmaster T1600. I do have DCS. I really haven't played that too much, but yeah, it's DCS is by far, obviously, you know, if you're looking to do great flight models with great combat and study level aircraft, just flight DCS is your digital combat simulator, is the thing to get. All right, Pete Hill, Bravo came in today. Awesome. What do you think? What do you think, Pete? Great, right? Cheers. Cheers, Sim fan. Blue skies. Nice that you got that. That's good news. Yeah, isn't it great? Did you get it all set up? Mapped everything out? That's fantastic. Yeah, I absolutely love the Bravo Throttle Quadrant. I mean, let's just face it, I'm highlighting it every time, right, Sim fans? Every time I bought a freaking webcam just to show all of you this beautiful piece of hardware in action every time I'm flying. It is, for the money and the feature set, it is just amazing. So, Pete, that's good news, brother. Glad to hear it. Right on. Right on. That is good news. Yeah, Pete, make sure, and you probably do know this, but if you don't, make sure that you go and get that utility. You got to add it to your community folder so that your indicator lights, like you can see on mine, that your indicator lights will show up for your landing gear and your autopilot and all the modes and stuff. Make sure you pick that up if you haven't already. Pete says, I set it up. I have not had a chance to map everything. That'll unfortunately have to wait until tomorrow after work. Gonna be a long day. Oh, buddy, I hear ya. I hear ya. Hey, you know what, though? Isn't that part of the fun, though? It's that anticipation. It's like when you're gonna go on vacation, you know, like half the fun is just knowing you're gonna get there and you're gonna have fun. It's kind of like that, right? I don't know, there's probably a better example of that, but for me, it's kind of like, yeah, when you know that package is gonna arrive from Honeycomb or from Amazon, you know, you're going to have a new piece of hardware or something, a new toy to play with, you know. Yes, RMAG. Yep, and you know what? That's a good choice. RMAG does a great video on that. Yeah, may take the day off. That's awesome. And follow RMAGs. I think RMAG has a better job of doing it. I did post a video as well, Pete, and on setting up the indicator lights and the additional stuff. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, basically just make sure you download it. There's an exe, put it in your community folder, and you'll be good to go. Pete says the crazy thing is that I didn't know it was coming in. Yeah, dude, I know. You know, did you notice that it was like, it would like sit, like, I think it was it FedEx? But it would like sit in Hong Kong or something. Mine like was sitting in Hong Kong for like ever. I'm like, when is this gonna go? And then I swear I checked one day, it said it was in Hong Kong, and the next day it was on my doorstep. I was blown away. It's like, what just happened? And yeah, I know. Oh, the store you got never sent you a tracking number. That's kind of crazy. So you didn't get it direct from Honeycomb then? Well, that's fun. I mean, what a surprise, right? Probably felt like your birthday. Happy birthday, Pete. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Yeah, hats off to you, my friend, because you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. So how long did you have to wait from when you ordered it till when it arrived then? You probably said and I missed it. Okay. Gold Coast Avionics in Florida. Cool. I did see like they were selling it from Sporty's. And of course, Sporty's like everywhere. It says it's out, right? And it's like, don't pay the scalper prices. So that's good that you got it. Oh yeah, ordered it in early January. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I've been telling a lot of you, you know, it's like I did pre-order, so I like have my finger on the frickin' button. Like I was like ready to order it, and like I like had my alarm set, so I was like, because I pre-ordered my Alpha Flight Controls, and I knew the Bravo Throttle Quadrant was coming out, and like, you know, I actually had my homepage every time I opened my browser, it would go to Honeycomb site so I could see when they were going to open it up for pre-order. And so it's, you know, when it was getting released, I was like right there, right? And I like added it to my cart, like as soon as, like to the second it was open, added it to my cart, like many of you, added it to my cart. I got my credit card information typed in. You know, I'm typing it in as fast as I can, but I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that every number is right. Is it right? Yeah, it's right. Yep, it's right. And then I hit purchase, and then I get a freaking error message that says it's not available. I'm like, what happened? And so they all like sold out immediately because they didn't, from my recollection, they didn't set the quantity to 1 for each buyer. And I was just like, man, oh man, and I almost missed out. And I happened to check later on that same evening, and Honeycomb, being as great as they are, they did another opening to purchase. They set the restriction to one device per customer per purchase. And then people were actually getting them, and I got in like on week 4. But I went from like super bummed out that I didn't get one pre-order to ecstatic because I'm like, okay, at least I'm in the queue. Pete says, I didn't even have to overpay for it. With the way the Alpha and Bravo came out, I am most definitely getting the Charlie pedals. Oh baby. Oh yeah. Oh, those look great, don't they? I haven't heard when those are supposed to be released. Have you heard? I think it's this year. I don't recall if it's like second quarter, third quarter. I've got the TPR pedals, by the way, the Thrustmaster TPR. But you know, I love them. I wouldn't trade them. I'm not going to get the Charlie because I have the TPRs already. Actually, when I got the TPRs, it was before Honeycomb actually announced that they were releasing the Charlie pedals. Otherwise, I would have just waited. I had another watcher, the other stream, mention that you know, they hadn't purchased yet, but they're thinking they're going to wait for the Charlie to kind of see the reviews, but they're also interested in TPR. And I was just like, I agree, just wait, because if the Alpha Flight Controls and the Honeycomb Bravo Throttle Quadrant are any indication at all, you know the Charlie pedals are going to be good, and they're going to be a good value for sure, right? So right on the Charlie pedals, man. I'd be interested to hear when you get them what you think. Yeah, man. I know the TPRs are expensive. Just have my wallet. I know what you mean. Yeah, the TPRs, you know, they're all metal, as you probably know, and they're aluminum and that, and they're full size pedals. But you know what? I don't know. I haven't, you know, the Charlies, are they full size? I don't know if those are actual full size, but it's all good. Hey Felix Reyes, what's up? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we're just rapping about Honeycomb. We've got Pete got his Bravo Throttle Quadrant today, so he's super excited, obviously, as we all are. Felix says, I have the Alpha and Bravo, worth every penny. Oh, brother, I tell you, I'm with you. I agree. Yeah, they are worth every penny. You know, it got something figured out. I mean, you know, for the longest time, how bad was it? There's like, okay, all we have I don't know. I had like the CH, the CH products, the Pro pedals with the frickin' sliding back and forth. They got the toe brakes, but like when you did left rudder, you had to pull your right foot back, and then they just slid. And I had those for frickin' ever, man. Until I got the Thrustmaster pedals, and I was just like so pumped when I got those. I'm like, finally, I can get rid of these CH. I mean, they did fine for the time, but come on, it's great to see Honeycomb come out with this stuff. Hey, that's awesome, Pete. Yeah, you guys probably heard this, right? So, with the Xbox Series X, Honeycomb has partnered with Microsoft, and for the first time you're going to see like a console have true, real freaking controls, flight controls. So I talked about that. Do check out if you would check out the my weekly top 5 announcements for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm doing them every week. I did I think my 4th week last week and highlighted some of that stuff and talked about the fact that Microsoft is sober, saying they're not going to dumb down Microsoft Flight Simulator for the console, which I think will all hold true. I think they learned from Flight, right? Microsoft Flight, what an atrocious thing that was. I remember what a letdown that was. And I know many of us were like, all right, Flight Simulator coming out again, yeah, okay, our skepticism was high. But how many of you saw that E3 gaming announcement when Microsoft first said they're coming back full force with the full Microsoft Flight Simulator for PC? And yeah. Hey, thanks, Felix. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've noticed that you subscribe. Thank you for your subscription, by the way. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Right on. Yeah, I'll keep doing it. And I don't care. I don't care how many subscribers I get. I mean, well, I can't say that. I do, right? I'm not gonna, tell you I don't. It's cool to get more subscribers because then I know I'm helping people, and they like what I'm doing because it does take effort. And but it's cool to even if it was one of you out there that it was just helping. And I try to go through the comments and answer your questions and read your feedback, so I learned from it what I could do better, because I know I'm new to this, and so I just I'm pretty pumped about the whole. I think I'm super excited, everyone, because I think in the history of flight simming, especially the silver lining of this pandemic thing sucks ass, right? But people are really getting into ways to get out. What better way to get out and see the world than this frickin' thing? Be able to actually fly around and see the world that's true to life in satellite imagery of over the top of mesh. And I think we're on a precipice of just a breakthrough with Flight Simulator, especially the fact that it's coming on the console. And as long as, these flight controls we've been talking about, Honeycomb, can get to the console and open it up to more. And you know what? If they wanted easy mode, or they even wanted to use their Xbox controller, originally I'm keep them out. But I've really changed my thoughts on that. And I know some of you may not have, and that's fine. But I firmly believe as long as they don't dumb it down on us, if they don't dumb down our simulator, that we've played for years and years, or maybe like Pete, you got into it with the Honeycomb, and that's great, brother. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just I think there's going to be an explosion in terms of the marketplace. And what does that mean? People are going to go where the money is. And so we're going to see more third-party developers building aircraft. Asobo's already put out the third-party developer tools out there. They're being smart about it. Let Asobo focus on the environment, the actual simulator. I don't really care that the aircraft that came out with it are mediocre. I'm fine with that. That's fine. But as long as we can get stuff if Just Flight's Piper Aero 3 looks great, and Aerosoft CRJ, right? So we're going to get a regional jet. Finally, that's worthwhile. Hopefully. I mean, we'll see. We got to wait and see. Yeah, Felix, thank you. What matters is subscribers that like your stuff. That's how you grow. Exactly, my friend. Yep, and you know what? That's what it is. All right, Pete. Hey, got to head out so I can get up early tomorrow and get home. Hey, keep me posted. Keep me posted, Pete, on your Honeycomb. I hope to hear about it in the future. Come join back during a live stream or even do a comment. I would like to hear how that goes, Pete. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for stopping in, SimFan. I do appreciate it. And blue skies to you. Let me know how the Honeycomb is. I know you're going to love it. You know you're going to love it. But it'll be fun to hear what you think when you get it all set up. Take care. Take care, my friend. Have a good night. Almost have to get a refill. You know, I normally don't do this on a Wednesday night, but I was like, yeah, whatever. It's Wednesday. Yeah. So Felix, if you're still there, it looks like. So you've got the Alpha and the Bravo going to get the Charlie. You know, you got about like you have like track IR or doing VR or just regular monitor and just kicking back with that, which is cool. Any way you do it, but at least you're simming, man. Well, Felix, if you left, I see I'm down to one watcher, so if you happen to leave, saw your message, take care and see you soon. I figured you were responding to Pete, but if it was to all of us, thanks for joining. Do appreciate it, my friend. Blue skies. Let's see how much, 120 nautical miles, 47 minutes to destination. Yeah, I gotta check out, let's see what other kind of news we have, some fans. Yeah, I'm big on, like, highlighting aircraft releases, because we just need more aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator. You know what's coming, but Let's see. Here's another one. Yeah, you know what? Scenery. Yeah, I rarely cover scenery, unless it like blows me away. Like, I'll cover like Fly Tampa, Las Vegas, and I'll cover, like this scenery, right, Chicago, because it's so great. But it's got to take quite a bit for me to, want to try to make that an announcement as something to like watch out for. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad there's scenery and there's third party scenery, and that there's a lot of options and it keeps coming out. But I've also seen already a lot of mediocre scenery coming out for Microsoft Flight Simulator that it's kind of like, yeah, I can't bring myself to like fork over dollars for that when I could put it towards hardware or aircraft that are coming out. But I'll buy Fly Tampa. I'll buy FS Dream Team. Like, we're going to fly into Chicago O'Hare, and I've done a scenery review on that, Sim fans, so check it out. And I don't know. The scenery is just like a dime a dozen, right? You see, I mean, nothing against the scenery developers, and don't get me wrong. I'm glad they're doing it. I want them to keep doing it. Because as they put it out there, they're going to get better. The artists, and they're going to get better at articulating the airports and handcrafting the airports. And as they're releasing, these airports are going to get better using the tools, the developer tools. So don't get me wrong, Sim fans. I like that the scenery keeps coming out, but I want to see aircraft, and I know it takes time because it's more complex. There's a lot more variables you got to deal with when you're obviously, right? Not telling you anything you don't know, Sim fans. It's more difficult to do an aircraft than it is to do a scenery package. But, and you're probably wondering, how can I say that? I have done scenery. I'm not a great scenery developer. I've done a few packages in X-Plane, and they're using the utilities that are free out there and stuff like that. And I did one for my local airport. There was nothing for my local airport the time I did it, so I did one. And I used Google Earth, and I tried to get the right kind of buildings and textures, even hand placed trees and bushes and everything. And it's not that hard. It really isn't. Now, if you're doing Fly Tampa and you're like actually developing, that's hard. I mean, I shouldn't say it's hard because I haven't done that, but I imagine it's hard and it's meticulous. What I did was child's play compared to what like Fly Tampa and some of these scenery developers. So again, don't get me wrong, but and I've highlighted a few like San Diego from Latin VFR. That's great scenery too. But don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away that building really massive scenery packages, I mean, that does take a lot of time and painstaking work. And by the way, if you ever doubt my sincerity about how I appreciate you scenery developers, if you're out there watching this, or if you're buying scenery, I do appreciate it. I mean, I do a call out on the Latin VFR scenery because I think it's spectacular for the San Diego, K-San. And, I've been to San Diego several times, and I think they did a beautiful job. And I even mentioned, when you're paying I think that scenery's $20 or something like that. And I even mentioned, it's like, you think $20, like, yeah, that's when you think that's a third of the cost of the basic Microsoft Flight Simulator, and being able to buy the whole world for $60, and that's a third of the price, it does make one initially scratch your head and kind of think, why would I pay a third of the cost for one airport or one city, and pay a third of what Microsoft Flight Simulator Basic is? And it's a valid question, but if the scenery developer did a really good job, you like the city, you like the airport, maybe you live there, maybe you fly there frequently, to a lot of us it's worth it. To me, it's worth it. So, and there's literally probably hundreds, if not thousands, of hours on that scenery. And so, don't get me wrong, you see so much of it. All right, I'll shut up about the scenery. But I just saw that like another scenery package, right? Well, that's good, but it's just like I know the aircraft stuff. It's going to be one of those things where when it starts, it's just going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming and coming, and we're going to see more and more aircraft being produced, and even like the stuff now, like Actually, I think Carenado didn't do such a bad job on this. I really like this aircraft. I do. Fly it all the time, as you know, probably. But it's like anything, as these developers, they'll learn as they use the tools, and it's the same for the aircraft. But I think we're going to start seeing, you know, we've got the Piper Aero 3 coming out from Just Flight, like we talked about. We have the CRJ coming from Canada Regional Jet, coming out from Aerosoft, and you know other stuff is coming. I'd love to see some of the stuff, you know, the developers that are at X-Plane doing aircraft. I would love to see some of them create aircraft native to the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I have no doubt that they will. I bet they're just waiting for the simulator to stabilize and the tool sets to stabilize, because my understanding from some reading is like, okay, when there's a release, and I might be wrong on this because this is something I read, but a lot of times they'll update the tools and change the tool sets. So then, you know, it's like anything, right? If you use a package, a software package, and you get a new version and shit all changes on you, and you gotta like be okay, where the hell was that at, right? We've all been there. Same thing for the developers with these tools. When an update comes out, if they do a massive change to it, now they gotta adjust and figure out, you know, how to use the new tool set. So. But they're going to come along. It's going to stabilize. It's going to develop, and we're gonna have a lot of good things coming down the pike. Down the pike, it will be coming. I promise you, sim fans, we will be seeing more aircraft, and it's going to start just being a steady stream, I think, as we get farther down the road with this stuff. All right, I think with that, we're going to kick on some more tunes here, fans. What do you think? What do you think? Let's see. I remember what this is, but let's check it out. Almost feel like we should be flying at night when I'm listening to jazz. This will work though. We're chilling. We're chilling. Cheers to you. Let's see what we got, sim fans. 104 nautical miles, 41 minutes to our destination of Chicago. FS Dream Team, O'Hare, and Orbx City scenery, city landmarks. If you've been to Chicago, I'll tell you what, I did some drone action through there, and tell you what, it looks good. Looks good. Performs like shit at night. If you have a mediocre system. But daytime, it really does a good job, and I'm guessing they'll probably do a patch to make it perform better for the night light, night textures. We'll see how it works with the daytime going in. And if OBS starts shitting out on me and I start like losing frame rates, I'll just turn my webcam off, and because I don't, you know, I got to give all my 1080 GPU cycles to that damn thing. That's okay. No, I've noticed that, like, maybe some of you noticed this. I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on when I was like looking at like a previous version, like this last World 3 update. And I was looking at it and I was like, why is my GPU only at like 70-80%? What the hell's going on? Why is it only at 80%? Shouldn't that be at 100%? And now I wish I didn't wish for that, because when I do stream and I have my webcam on and that GPU hits 100%, and then my frame rates on my webcam go to crap. But that's okay. I just turn it off, because you're here not to see my face. You're here to see the sim. But yeah, it looks like after that last update, sim fans, it does look like they updated it, and you know, they made it take advantage of 100%. The hell is that laughter? That's part of the song. But yeah, so now it looks like it's using 100%. I'm gonna flip over to my task manager. I'm not sharing that, by the way, so I'm going to read off to what we're at right now. So I got an i7 7700K. My computer's like just over 4 years old. It's old. It's a dinosaur. But as you can see, you can still play Microsoft Flight Simulator. I got my settings on medium. You can still play it. It still looks great. It still performs pretty well. Like right now, what am I at frame rates? 35 frame rates, sim fans. 35 right now. I'm only going over rural areas, but 35. But anyway, so my CPU right now on the i7 7700K, if you're interested, is right now, it's at 64%. I'm running at 4.37 gigahertz. I've got 32 gigs of memory, and right now I'm only using 15.6 of that. So less than half. GPU, see, I'm doing okay on OBS because it's only running about at 80%. I do have a G-Sync monitor. It's a 34-inch, 3440 by 1440 in resolution. Tip for you, if you have a G-Sync monitor and you're going through your graphics settings, turn V-Sync off. Not on, off. You'd think it should be on, but you want it off. So yeah, man, and so the other thing too is, you know, with Flight Simulator, what I love is like how many of you have X-Plane and you do Ortho for XP to get the satellite imagery. Maybe you're downloading it from Google or you're downloading it from Bing. And there's a few other sources there too, but how much storage it takes. And what I love about Microsoft Flight Simulator is the fact if you have a good network connection, or I should say broadband connection, and you got good up, down, and better yet, download speeds, it just streams it. None of this BS that you have to like spend a frickin' day or more to download the satellite images, and then you got to go in, you got to get the terrain mesh, and you got to put that down, and then you got to put the the satellite imagery over it. It's okay, but there's quite a bit of time you have to invest in that, and some of you that have done it know what I'm talking about. But it does look beautiful, and I'll tell you what, it definitely is worth it. But how nice is it with Microsoft here, the Flight Simulator, where it just streams it? You have a good enough internet connection, at least have, I would say, a 50 meg connection. I'm fortunate, I got fiber, so I'm at a gig right now. But I'll tell you what, you don't need that. I'd say you have it, if you have at least, you don't even need a 50. Don't get me wrong here. You don't need a 50. And you can pre-download it too. You can cache the scenery if you have a slower connection. So even if you have slow connection, sim fans, it's okay. Because you can download, you can set your tiles in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can down that shit. And then that way you don't have to stream it every time you're flying. So definitely well worth downloading if you have a slow connection. But yeah, I tell you, I'm impressed so far with this. But I do definitely need to get a new computer build, sim fans. 3080 AMD 9 Ryzen 5900X. I know I'm getting geeky. I'm sorry if you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I think probably most of you do. But that's what I'm looking for, and I'd like to do a build, but I don't think I'm going to get it, sim fans, unless I buy pre-order, or I want to pay out of the rear end to get that. You look at the damn scalpers and the frickin' Bitcoin mining. That's what's killing us on the pricing. Let's see what else we can come up. Do we want to continue playing music, or do we want to just cut the music? We'll cut the music out for a little bit here. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely need to get a new build. I already got the WAF, so WAF approval factor, by the way. So I'm keeping my eyes open. It sounds like the 3080 cards, it's going to be probably somewhere around, you know, to be honest, I'm guessing it's probably going to be third quarter this year. They keep pushing it back. And when you hear of all the silicon demands and stuff for like everything, like even automobile industry, that it's high demand and slow down. I gotta imagine it's gonna be at least the third quarter before we can get our hands on a 3080. I mean, and do check out EVGA if you're looking for the 3080. You can get on a waiting list, and they'll give you, if you get on their waiting list, they'll give you an email. You have to buy the card within 8 hours of them notifying you. So when you're on the list, make sure you're checking your email regularly. But shit, I was on the list. I've been on the list for probably at least 3 months, 2 months, 3 months. What are we? We're almost in March already. Good gravy. Yeah, probably 3 months I've been on, and I haven't even gotten an email. No surprise. But like right after they started the whole queue process, because you know the problem is that the bot's buying them all up. And so then EVGA decided, well, we're going to go ahead and put people in a queue. So you just give them your email, and you don't even have to sign up to their site, although I would, because you can go in there and see if they frickin' send you notify that you might have missed, or that they think they did. But so do that if you're interested in getting those cards. But yeah, I've been on the list for 2 to 3 months, and I'm still waiting. And I don't expect to get any notification anytime soon, Sim fans. So I'll just keep plugging away with my 1080 and my i7 7700, and bear with me when I have the frame drops, right? But yeah, it isn't so much. You see, I go to the outside. Oh, I think I might know what this is. Let's check something, Sim fans. I think I just had a eureka moment. My OBS with my webcam just went to hell, and it was as soon as I went outside. But look I've got 2D gauges here. Okay, so let's try something. Aren't I a little bit losing frames? I think I'm losing frames. Now, as soon as I go back in the cockpit, now I think I'm fine. So I think, let's try something. If I go to drone view, am I okay? I think I just figured it out. What the hell? It's when there's a 2D image, because the same shit happens. Well, maybe not, because I think it's just slowing up on me. I don't know. I thought maybe. Ah, hell, maybe I'm not. Am I right now? Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to go outside. Bear with me a second, fans, because I got to figure this shit out. What? Okay, right now, yeah, see, we're at 100% on the GPU. Right now, I mean, I know you can't see this, but I'm in Task Manager, so now I'm going to switch to inside. So GPU just dropped down to 70% utilization. That's exactly what it is. And I'm using the hardware codec or whatever you call it to process it. So I'm guessing that's exactly what it is. I drop out, and maybe it's because I'm panned out more too. Let me try the drone view. I'm at 94%. Now I'm at 85, 94. How am I doing on frames? See? Now at 91, 94. But how does it look? Like my webcam, seems all right, doesn't it? But as soon as I switch over to 2D, yeah, shit, now I'm pegged at 100%, and I bet I'm starting to lag. I'm losing frames. I think I just got it figured out, fans. I think I just got it figured out what the hell's going on with OBS. Well, it's not really OBS. It's actually, frankly, it's my older graphics card. It just hits 100% when I go out. Well, that's good to know. I'll just have to be mindful of that when I'm streaming. You know, it could be because I have because I never noticed it for a while, but I do have the Bravo, the throttle cam, the honeycomb cam. I like to call it. I'm kind of coining that with it, honeycomb cam. Because a couple other streams I have like the Alpha Flight Controls showing on it too. I even could get my TPR pedals fit into the frame, but you'd see my ugly feet. Go to options, camera, chase camera, instrument, heads up display off. Okay, thank you. Dr. Bierman 3, appreciate that. I will check that out. Definitely, thank you, sir. Cheers, my friend. Thank you for that tip. I will give that a shot. And welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Hey guys, if you wouldn't mind, you know, if you haven't already, please subscribe if you want, and smash the thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. Just lets me know that you like what I'm doing. If you don't, feel free to hit the smash down. I hope you don't, but if you do, that's fine. But I do appreciate all of you joining tonight. I know it's a Wednesday night. It's late. I know probably many of you have to work tomorrow, as do I. But, you know, I just felt like, you know, coming out here and flying with all of you and, yeah, making a night of it, making a late night of it. Let's see, Sim fans, 37 minutes. 37 minutes. I will be interested to see, because yeah, like I said, when I flew out of O'Hare with the FS Dream Team scenery, which you'll see if you wanna stick around, and I'm gonna have this posted later too. So I know some of you may feel the need to get some shut eye, and I totally understand. But it'll be interesting to see when we fly in to Chicago, see what the frame rates do. I'm really anxious and ready to see that, because when I did a night flight out of FS Dream Team, and by the way, I love the scenery, but you know, it was atrocious. It was not acceptable whatsoever. I was getting like 14 to 15 frames per second when flying out of there, and then going by the Orbx. Drzwiecki? Did I pronounce that right? Does anybody know? Is it Drzwiecki? Is it Drzwiecki? Drzwiecki? Wiki? Is that a Polish name? I don't know, but he's a hell of a developer. Definitely a great developer. I mean, he's done scenery for X-Plane and now Microsoft Flight Simulator, and does a great job. And the scenery he did is beautiful. I know Orbx is a distributor, but looks really good. So I appreciate that, Dr. Bierman. Yeah, because that's what this sim community is all about, helping each other. And I learn just as much from all of you as you do from me, if not more. I learn more from you. I'll tell you right now, I learn more from all of you. Our collective brain power is more powerful as a collective than an individual, right? And geez, with the internet, how good is that? I mean, stuff we can find answers to so quickly. And a lot of misinformation we can find so quickly, but we won't go there, right? I'm debating, Sim fans. I'm debating pouring one more drink, and I'm you know, I was having, you know, have you ever tried the Absolute Lime with if you like spirits, and if not, that's cool. But yeah, I really like the doing a little bit of Coke and the Absolute Lime, or Limone, or no, that's the lemon one, lime. It's pretty good. But I'm a kind of a bourbon guy, craft beer guy. But I'm thinking maybe having another one, just kind of a nightcap. Yeah, what the heck? I'm gonna do that. Hey, please stick with me if you would. I'll be right back. I'm gonna just let this baby cruise. We'll go to an outside view so you can see the scenery. See this beautiful aircraft. We kind of do a little bit of a chase view here. Let's go a little to the side. All right, and I'll be right back, Sim fans. Right back. Just give me a moment. Okay, Sim fans, I told you I'd be back. Thank you for sticking around. Looks like we gained someone else. Welcome to the channel. Okay, Sim fans, I told you I'd be back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I decided I was going to go with bourbon, but I decided to do Johnny Walker. For any of you Scotch lovers out there. And I wanted to show you something. Like, how many of you are Game of Thrones fans? Anyone out there? So, I got this probably back in November. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of cool. My green screen's kind of messing it up, but it's actually, this is the Johnny Walker song, A Song of Ice. So it's got the dire wolf on there, and yeah, kind of cool. So I was like, you know, I like Scotch, but I certainly, you know, Scotch is so varied. You know, you got the Highland, is it Speyside, and the Lowland, and it just varies so greatly. And some of it's, you know, is almost like you're sucking water out from a bog at the bottom of a swamp. And others is really good and pretty mellow. But I definitely more of a bourbon or craft beer fan myself. But red or black? Yes. Actually, that's a great question. Ace is down. How you doing? Cheers. Blue skies, my friend. This is actually black. I was wondering the same thing when I got it. I was like, I wonder which one this is. If it's actually the red or is it the black? I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't the blue based on price, but I was like, it might be black. It's basically the black. Ace is down. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I did. There's a fire one too. I already drank it, but yeah, there's one because fire and ice, right? So I got the fire bottle, and it's got the dragon on it, and that's pretty freaking cool too. But yeah, it's exactly why I bought both of them, the fire and ice, just for the bottles. I mean, is there better Scotch out there than Johnny Walker Black? Yeah, right. Especially for the price, but. It's not knocking it though. It's good. It's a good Scotch. Cheers. That is good though. Damn. Yeah. Whew. It's good. I'll tell you what. The first time I drank Scotch though, I was like, what the hell is this? I mix Chivas. I know I'm gonna catch flack in comments at some point for this, but I mix Chivas with 7-Up because the first time I drank it, I thought, what the hell is this? This is terrible. I can't drink this. This is bad. But I got it as a gift, and it was like, what is a bottle of Chivas? Like $60 or something? 55. I'm like, I can't not drink this. So I freaking mixed it with. I should have been beaten for that. I agree with all of you. Yes. Yeah, Glenlivet. Hey, yeah, Glenlivet's great. My dad loves Glenlivet. That's like his choice. Yeah, usually when I go and visit him, he'll share his 18 single malt Glenlivet with me, and yeah, Ace is down. That's a good one. Yes, yep, facepalm for sure. Facepalm for sure on that. Yeah, never mix any good spirit with anything except for vodka. And if you're spending a ton on if you're spending a ton of money on vodka, unless you're drinking that stuff straight, why? Because vodka's pretty much tasteless. That's the whole point, right? It's not like they age vodka in oak cast charred barrels for 18 years. Yeah, Glenfiddich has it, and so does Glenlivet. Yeah, both of them have 18. Matter of fact, I think, Glenlivet has 12-year. Glenlivet does have a 12, but they do have an 18. They do have an 18. Yep. Anyway, I can talk about any kind of topic for hours. About flying. So you missed it, Aces Down. So you can see in chat, Pete Hill, I think, is a new sim fan here, and or hopefully anyway. But he mentioned that he got his Bravo throttle quadrant today, so he was all excited. And I asked him if he set it up, and he said he hadn't had a chance yet, and he was going to do it tomorrow. And you know what, I feel pretty flattered that he was here watching my live stream when he could have been spending time setting up his Bravo throttle quadrant. I don't know why he wasn't doing that, why he's watching this, but hey, I love him for it. I actually am very flattered, but yeah, he might have just jumped on and saw I was streaming and just hopped on quick, but because I put Bravo, in the description. But anyway, yeah, he was, as you can imagine, super excited to have that, and I think he said he has the Alpha, and I mentioned you, Aces Down, because we were talking, he made a comment about getting the Charlie pedals, and I said, that you were watching last live stream and even, maybe the time before, and we were talking about the TPR versus the Charlie pedals, and that you had mentioned you had debated the TPRs, but the price point, you thought you would wait for the Charlie pedals, which I think is smart move. I would do the same. So I mentioned that to Pete, and he said that the TPR pedals were a little high for him, but I you know what, if I would have known, which I should have suspected, but I was so tired of my CH Pro, the sliding pedals, those all plastic things, the ka-clunk, ka-clunk, ka-clunk back and forth. You know what I'm talking about. I had those for years, and and then Honeycomb hadn't even made an announcement yet that the Charlies were coming out. So, they'll say, so Aces Down, you say, been doing the Nevada bush trip. Thank you, Pete. Still waiting for mine, yeah. I told him he needs to either comment on this video, or I'm planning on doing a live stream come Saturday. And I don't know, what do you think? I'm thinking maybe like 4:30 streaming. I know there's some other fairly popular streamers that usually run around the 1:30 to 3:30, even 4 o'clock time frame. So I thought rather than trying to coincide with that, I might do like a later one. But anyway, I told him to come back at the next stream and talk about it. Yeah, TPR is still pricey for you as well. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, they're the Logitech now, but before they were the CH Pro. I think they're called CH Pro pedals, and they were like a gray plastic full foot pedal, and they just slid. I think I know what you're talking about. The Cytec are one. Well, they're kind of more spacey design, right? These weren't that. These were pretty plain Jane. Yeah, they were like rectangles with oval top and oval bottom, gray plastic with a black backing, a square plastic full platform for the whole pedals, and you could see like the sliders underneath. There's just pure plastic. I think I know what you're talking about in the Cytec, yeah. Or the Logitech. Logitech and Cytec, same thing, right? Because Logitech bought Cytec, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, let me know. But yeah, ka-clunk for sure. Yeah, Cytec is Logitech, right? But no, but I'm saying the CH pedals is what I had. I didn't have the Cytec or the Logitech, like you mentioned, the Logitech ka-clunk. Yeah, those, you're right. Those are separate. Those are different, and CH is still out there. But did I say CH? Maybe I said CH. I'm sorry. Maybe I did say CH. I'm on my third drink, so I probably did. Thank you for keeping me honest. Yeah, CH is what I had, but I didn't have the Cytec / Logitech pedals. Right on, brother. Yeah. So, but God, I couldn't wait to get rid of those. I actually sold them on eBay and let somebody else have them for dirt cheap. I think I sold them for like, and I probably still was selling them for too much. I think it was like $50. I think if you buy them new, I think they're still like 100 and some. But you definitely know your stuff, Aces Down. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, brother, we've been doing this for a long time, so been seeing a lot of different vendors and products come out, haven't we? Let's see, what do we got? Did I? Dude, I overflew O'Hare. Got talking and completely didn't pay attention. We overflew O'Hare and Chicago. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely hilarious. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through going back direct. That is funny stuff. Got talking, drinking, and talking about scotch and pedals, and didn't even stop where we needed. That is some fun. I looked down and I'm like, wait a minute, why is our distance counting up? Did we overfly our airport? We sure did. Call us Northwest. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, fans. I got talking and completely missed our approach and everything. Well, that's okay. We'll just extend the stream a little bit. We'll still go by downtown Chicago. Don't worry. So we got to hit that, enter, and then we hit this guy, and then we go enter. And now, oh my good gravy. Oh my God. How did I do that? I know I did that. Drinking and flying. Never a good combination. Okay, so now our desired track is 322. See, I just wanted to demo this. That's why I was doing it. 322, so we're going to change our heading bug to approximately 322. What do we got there? 310. Probably right. God, I hate that because you do it and it goes by tens. We get over there. About right there. Oh my gosh, fans. How did I let that happen? I apologize. I feel like a complete noob here. Okay, so we're going to hit the heading. Can't see it. Heading. I got these shades on. And then we're just going to go ahead and start getting ourselves turned around here. Wow. I mean, it's not like I should have known. We're going over Lake Michigan. It's like, I should have realized, wait, what the hell? We're over land. Right? That's what talking about bourbon and scotch will do to you. Yeah. Oh, time to amend the flight plan. Yes. Yes, Aces Down for sure, right, my friend? Oh, my. Oh, well, we'll just demo the Bravo Throttle Quadrant here and see how we can get back on track and adjust that. So, you know, we need to get back to our magenta line, of course. So let's zoom out and see how bad. Wow, that is really bad. I don't know what, I mean, I must have really been talking for a while and completely went off course. I don't even know when that happened. How much fuel do we have? Oh, we are gonna, I don't think we're gonna make it there. I mean, we're 46 minutes away. I done fudged up. Something had to go off track though, because notice that? We're like way south. We should have been going west because there's Lake Michigan right here. When the hell did I get off track there? You know what? I think I know what happened. I made a common mistake. Let me think about this for a second. What is done in YouTube is never done in real life, right? You know what? I think I forgot. So I was on a track. Because keep in mind, we were flying from Detroit. I think I forgot to hit the nav mode button, fans. I think I forgot to hit the nav mode because there's no reason we should be this far south. Detroit's over here. We're like way flipping down south. Wow. I mean, I really didn't intentionally do that to stay streaming longer, I promise you. I done effed up. You know, come think about it, I don't think we're even over the water. We couldn't have been. I swear it said like 14 minutes though, didn't it? I swear it did. I've got this DVR'd. I might have to go and check on my secondary computer here and see what the hell went wrong. Because I swear I was like, well, it's 14 minutes. We're 14 minutes away. Hold on. That's exactly what happened, Sim fans. Exactly. I'm looking back. It's exactly what happened. Because I had this honeycomb cam on, I can see I never frickin' hit the nav button. I'm looking right now. Back about halfway down, we're southwest. Talk about not being situationally aware. We're like south. We're heading southwest, and I never. How the hell did it stay flight mode? Because I had the autopilot on. That's why. And we had altitude, so we're just flying straight and level at altitude, going southwest. That's exactly what happened. I'm looking at it right now, doing the power of the DVR, and with the honeycomb cam, I see what the hell I did wrong. I didn't hit the nav mode. Shit. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Oh my gosh. Well, this is embarrassing. Well, cheers, because you know what? We have a little bit of fuel left. 17%. Will 17% get me this Piper Aztec? Will this get me... Aces down, you might know. Will this get me to where I need to go? We've got 112 nautical miles. I should remember. I can't remember how much fuel burn this does per hour. With the power of Google, we should be able to find out pretty quick. Piper Seminole, cruise fuel burn rate. At 75%, it's 22.4 gallons per hour. Yeah, I thought that too. GPS nearest airport. What's the fun in that? We're simming, right? Shouldn't we try to make it? And if we crash and burn, we crash and burn. Let's see. Let's see, our EGT. Pressure's good. We've got, what is that? Probably, what, about 8 gallons per tank? 16 gallons? Oh my God. I mean, we would be like on fumes. when we get there. We'd be like on fumes. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Emergency landing demonstration in the end. That's what you meant to do, right? Yes. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're going to frickin' try to get to Chicago O'Hare fans. Let's see if we can make it. I'm telling you right now that it is going to be freaking close. It is going to be so close, Sim fans. I mean, I'm guessing we're going to be literally on freaking fumes when we land. And you know what? If we run out of fuel, we run out of fuel, and we'll do we'll just do that, Aces Down. We will do an emergency landing, and if there's not an airport around, we're just gonna land in a field, and we'll see if we can't land without our aircraft busting up. I'm down with that. Might as well have some fun. Let's see what we can do, and maybe we'll actually make it to O'Hare. Although I'm afraid for those of you that came to see the Orbx scenery of Chicago landmarks, we might see them in the distance, but we got to haul ass to the airport, friends, because if we don't, we're going to have to be crash landing this thing. Important safety tip. Always remember to hit your nav mode button. And don't start talking about music and bourbon and beer and even just general flight simming crap. And by the way, Aces Down, don't worry, you didn't distract me because I was way off course before you joined the stream. Just didn't even realize it. Yeah, I do, buddy. You can see, you know what? I could probably pull it back even more. You're right. Let's take a look at that. I agree. You know, you got a good point there. Because like right now, look how far back I have the mixture. And that's probably what's going to save our butts, because you all are flying with me. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you, but you're in the seat next and the seat's back. You're here for the long haul, so we better be able to make it back. But yeah, I've got it. You know, we might be able to pull a little bit more out. It's dropping down there. I think we got it pretty much out as far, unless flaps and gear last minute. Yep, we've done that, right? Aces Down, one that's with us, all of you on the stream here is also a real world pilot. Yeah, I'm sorry to say I am a real world pilot and I screwed up like this. But you know what? When I fly for real, I don't drink and I'm not normally distracted like this. But anyway, that's my bad. It happens too. In real life it happens. We all make mistakes. As long as we can correct them. Now, in real world flying, Aces Down, yes, I would be hitting the nearest airport and GPS and getting somewhere that has 100 low lead fuel, right? Getting this thing topped off. I might have time for one more. That's probably a bad idea, given my performance here. God, I can't believe I missed that. Honestly, I'm going to tell you that I haven't missed that in like for the longest time. You all aren't going to believe me, and I don't blame you. I wouldn't believe me either. But honestly, I have not messed up like that. I don't think ever. I mean, honestly, I just completely, yeah. But I'm also new to streaming, and I was really distracted because I'm having such good conversations with all of you. So I'm going to blame it on that, and that's okay. Aces Down, absolutely, buddy. Aces Down says, that's the fun of YouTube. If we were filming on location, it'd be a totally different show, guaranteed. Yeah, amen, brother. Yeah, we're gonna have to pay close attention to this, Sim fans, because I'm telling you, oh boy, I don't know. 14%. We've gone down 3%. what was it like? Was that 7 minutes? 6 minutes, 3%? So 3 into 16, roughly 5. 5 times 6. Ooh, it'd be like 30 minutes if I'm doing my math in my head right. Even 35 minutes. Oh my God, I don't think we're gonna make it. Who cares? Let's see here. I honestly don't think we have enough fuel to make it. Oxy. Does Oxy have low 100 low lead fuel? They do. You know, part of me wants to, just the pilot in me wants to land this and refuel, but the gamer in me wants, and the simmer in me just wants to try to make it, and no, I can't. I don't think we have enough fuel. Honestly, I don't. Yeah, I don't think we have enough fuel to make it. But yeah, part of me just wants to say screw it and let's just do a off-field landing. And yes, agreed. Aces down. Keep an eye out for the longest field or highway. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. Well, you know, the good news is we're in flat country, right? I mean, how much flatter do you get than Indiana and Illinois? Honestly, fans. How much flatter do you get? I mean, like, let's look up to the right. It's flat. And, like, you have all these rural highways and dirt roads. I mean, that's a pilot's dream scenario if you're running low on fuel, especially at clear skies daytime. It's really not that. I mean, you prefer not to land off field, obviously, but if you had to have a situation where you were running out of fuel and you didn't have a place to land, this would be it. Flat land, open fields, rural, non-busy dirt roads and highways, and clear skies and light of day. Yeah, that doesn't get better than that, does it? Aces down? All right. I'm going to go for it, aces down. You convinced me. I didn't need much convincing, but that did it. Yeah, wait, what the hell, right? That's why we have fun. That's why, like you say, we're on YouTube and we're going to have fun. We're going to try it. I would climb so we'd have more distance, but guess what I got to trade if I do climbing? I got to run the RPMs up, and I got to burn more fuel to climb, so it's not worth it. I don't think the trade-off is worth it, so I'm just going to keep it steady and level right here, 4,500 feet. I think, if I remember right, I think O'Hare's at field elevation, I think is 600 and some odd feet. So, you know, we'll have roughly... You know, we'll have roughly 4,000, just a little under 4,000 feet of altitude that we can glide. That's not going to take us that far, but this isn't that heavy an aircraft. We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. 13%. 34 minutes. I don't know. My money's on not, but maybe we will. Maybe we will. It'll be fun trying, won't it? I honestly didn't mean to do this. You're probably thinking this was all part of the plan. It really wasn't. Yeah, so sim fans, don't forget to hit nav mode. Lesson for the night. Right? Remember to hit nav mode? Remember to hit nav mode. Ah, unbelievable. Let's see. A little music will get us there, I think. Gives us a good vibe. We'll see. Or it'll do the absolute opposite. Unbelievable. I'm just glad I did it here, not for real. One thing about YouTube streaming, there is no such thing as a sterile cockpit. Although I did feel a little sterile when I started tonight. So thank you for joining me. So what do you guys think? Do you like having the close-up view of the Bravo Throttle Quadrant, or would you rather see like a more of the like all the controls with the alpha and the pedals? I know I asked this before Aces Down on the last stream, and you mentioned you like to see everything, but the thing I can do this way is I can show a little bit better what the indicator lights are, and it's still kind of hard to see the knobs and switches, I think. Can you see those? Kind of, maybe? I don't know. Maybe not. You know, before, speaking of controllers and Honeycomb, before those came out, I was actually looking at the Rudo pedals. And, you know, in the full metal flight yoke that's like, God, I think it's like $1,000, maybe even more than that. But it's like, man, I'd like to spend the money, but at the same time, it's just like, it's so damn expensive. But then once Honeycomb announced the old Alpha Flight Controls, I was like, I'm sticking. I'm just staying with what I got. I had the CH yoke, Pro yoke, and all plastic, and what a night and day between that and this in the CH, or I mean in the Alpha. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Aces Down. I was just saying, I don't think we're gonna make it, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna see how far we can get. Although I think we better hug the shoreline and not fly over just that southern tip of Lake Michigan. Well, it looks like our track we will anyway. Because if I was a gambling man, look at that fuel, 11%. It will be amazing if we make it. We will know. We'll know in less than 29 minutes and 26 seconds. Sim fans, we'll know. Appreciate you riding with me and taking the risk. I'll try to guarantee, even if we run out of fuel and we don't make our destination, I will try to get this aircraft landed still with us and walk away. All right? That's my pledge to all of you. What's the best rate? I should look this up. What's the best glide speed on this aircraft? .95 knots. So we run out of fuel, fans. We're gonna be trimming for 95 knots to get the. You know, if we see a good landing spot or an airport off in the distance, we think we can make. We're gonna trim for 95 knots. That's the best glide speed for this aircraft. I done messed up. Dang, that scotch is good. Mmm. Again, I see maybe one or two new, and see my green screen's messing it up, but I'm drinking the Johnny Walker, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, A Song of Ice, and it's I was telling Aces Down, it's actually Johnny Walker Black, because I was wondering what it is, and it's black, and it's pretty darn good. I do like black. God, I was so confused when I was like, came back like, what the hell is this? Why is the timer counting up? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, you're far southeast of the airport you intended to go to. Forget to hit that nap button. Damn it. I don't know, this makes it more interesting though, right? This is going to be more fun this way. Do we have an airport en route that we could land at? I love the risk for YouTube, but part of sim is to be smart. That said, Google Maps are the best field to camp. I mean, land in. I suppose we could look. AirNav. What was that last airport we flew over? KOXI. Let's bring up... You probably can't hear me very well because my Blue Yeti microphone's over here, so I'm aiming this way and I have the directional mode on, so bear with me a sec. I'm just trying to talk loud! Flight pan! Alright, so let's see. There we go. Midway. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Aces down. Midway. Midway's a little closer, but the one that's right on the southern tip we could land at is Gary Regional, KGYY. Remember that, KGYY. I'm going to leave that screen up just in case we got to plug that in. Probably should plug it in now, actually. Let's do that, just in case. KGYY. All right. So just in case. So we got that ready to rock and roll if... Yeah, so there are options. Yeah, it's YouTube, but how about we show how an emergency should be dealt with? I like how you think. Agreed. Thank you. Sorry about that. Forgot on mute. I was testing this over there. But what I was saying is, I think I got it figured out why the frame rates go to crap when I go outside. And you notice if I go out here with the 2D, my frame rates go to shit. And I was like, what the hell? What's going on with this? And I was like, okay, I'll go back in. And then it clears up. And OBS is fine. And I looked at the task manager, my GPU spikes at 100%. It's just at 100%. And I think it's the 2D gauges when I go outside in this view. Because you notice if I go into drone view and we're outside, I'm not getting the warning in the OBS that I'm dropping frames. I think I might drop a few, but it's definitely better. Anyway, that was bugging the shit out of me because I was like, why is it doing this? Where are we at? 19 minutes. And we're seeing Lake Michigan. That's a good sign. Okay, I'll be right back. Stay here. Don't leave. Somebody's got to watch the aircraft because it's certainly not me and hasn't been me all night. I'll be right back. Remember to unmute. Thank you, Aces Down. Hey, if you haven't already, please smash up the like, thumbs up button if you would. Be so kind. And subscribe if you haven't already. Do appreciate it. Trying to build this channel. Slowly but surely. My airplane, thank you. Yeah, again, trying to build this channel. When I really started this channel was in probably mid-December when I really started focusing on flight simming and decided I'm just going to make a focus on this, and bought some gear and things like that to do streaming and that, and yeah, so it grew from like, I don't know, probably like, I don't know what I just say. I don't even remember. I think I was around 50, maybe 48 subscribers to, I don't know, where am I at now? 380 subs. Thanks to all of you. So I'll see where it goes, and if I stick just at that, that's okay. I'm having a blast doing it and talking to all of you. All right, so we are 16 minutes. Oh my gosh, we're getting close. Can we do it, fans? Can we? Can we? No, we can't. 5% fuel. There's no flipping way. There's no way. We're not making it. We're done. We're done. Look at this. Look at our fuel gauges. We're landing. We're going to show the right way it needs to be done, right? Isn't that what you said, Aces Down? I'm sorry, fans, but you know what? We gotta land. Look at that. There's the reel. There's the rabbit lights. We are on fumes, fans. We've got to land. I know. We're gonna cut the music out. You wanted to see us do a crash landing, but we gotta go down, and with power still. So you can see I'm gonna cut the power out. We're gonna go back in. Sorry about that. Look we can see Chicago off in the distance. What the hell's happening? I think it's probably loading those Chicago textures. You see them, fans? So right there, there's Chicago. Oh my God, we almost made it though. I don't know. I don't think we'd make it though. I don't think we'd make it. And I agree with you, Aces Down. We should show, even though it's a sim, we should show the right thing to do, right? So we're gonna do the right thing. Let's check the airport list. KGGY is what we said. Let's tune the tower and let's see what they want to tell us. Straight in. Well, we definitely have enough. We're gonna do a side slip, so we gotta lose some altitude. What the hell's going on? Oh, why that just cut out? All right, let's do some more slip into a landing. So what we're doing is we're just trying to put as much of this fuselage and give it drag so we can drop and see how we're losing on the airspeed indicator. We're losing speed because we're just putting our, basically the fuselage of our aircraft against the wind. And really we're cross controlling, which they tell you never to do, but except for this situation, because we got to lose, and we're going to drop the landing gear because that is going to add drag, of course. I told all of you I would get you down safe. And I wouldn't be able to live with myself, sim fans, if I was reckless, even in a simulator, and tried to go for Chicago here. Although I kind of think we should have, in a way. Now we're going to pull some of that throttle out, and then we can put some flaps in. One notch. Pappies are working, Aces Down. I still think it must have been the scenery on that add-on, because they really should have been working. Put a second notch in. Balloon a little bit, that's okay. Put a third notch in. Gonna balloon a little more, that's okay. Gonna trim a bit. Hey, you know what? If we run out of gas now, we don't care, do we? Get that nose up. We're going to start trimming. Do our flare. Glide this bird right down to the ground. There we go. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Take our flaps out. Turn our landing light off. Turn our strobes off. Turn our taxi on. Where the hell is the fuel? I missed that. Yeah. Forward slip, exactly. All right, let's see here. I have no idea where the fuel is here, so... But I gotta get off the runway or the controller's gonna bitch at me. Anybody see the fuel? I bet it's over to the left there. Alright, we better tell... Acknowledge ground now. Yes. On the ground indeed. Aces Down. On the ground indeed. You know what? Like the old saying goes, right? It's better to be on the ground wishing you were in the air than the opposite. What the hell is the fuel? You'd think it was over here. There's a fuel truck. I don't think that works though. To be honest, I've never gone and just like fueled up. I've always like started I just ran over that guy. I love the fact that you're in a simulator. Oh, there it is. Figured it had to be over here. All right. So if we go over here, can we just... How the hell do we do this? We gotta... Okay, so we stop. Okay, so we gotta put our parking brake. Oh, there it is. It popped right up. How convenient is that? We'll pull our prop out. We'll pull our Mixture out. I should have turned my avionics off before that. No, I don't want to stop. Microsoft Flight Simulator, we are not done. We are not giving up. Because we are going to stick with this, friends, and we are going to finish this. We have 4% fuel left. 4%. Whew! We made it. Hats off to all of you. You're the reason we're still alive. It's because of you. Because if you weren't all with me, I would have just tried to go for it. And I would have crashed. We would have ran out of fuel. We know we would have tell me, aces down, we would have run out of fuel, right? We would have run out of fuel. There's no doubt in my mind we would have run out of fuel. You know, this is more than enough, but we'll just put, 35% in. Do I have to hit reset? Does that... I don't want to screw something up. Hit that. Okay, yep. Oh, it just puts 50% in. Well, shit. Okay. But we should have plenty of fuel now. Fill it up. Yeah, I should have, right? Because who knows how long we'll be flying around. We'd be a crater. We would be a crater. Absolutely. Oh, by the way, how does I bumped the dang honeycomb cam. Can everybody still see that? Is that coming through okay? Oh yeah, we're good. Look at all of our lights, sim fans. How beautiful is that? We've got 3 green, we got the landing gear, we got our lights indicators all on. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, right? It's beautiful, just beautiful. All right, we're gonna put the prop up full. And now that we're fueled up, as long as I don't wreck us into the fuel tank and trying to turn this thing around, because, by the way, I absolutely hate the pushback system in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's terrible. Horrible. It doesn't frickin' work half the time. But, if you check out some of the top 5 announcements I do, there's hope on the way. There's some third-party stuff out there. The one that's actually free, but there's some... payware versions and ground service vehicles that are coming out, so we're looking forward to that. I don't know about you, sim fans, but it is hotter than hell in this cabin, so I'm going to get us some fresh air here. Unfortunately, we can't open the frickin' door, but you know what? The Piper Arrow that's coming out will be able to open the doors and manipulate more stuff. I'm not complaining. This Carenado is better than the default aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator by far, at least for the general aviation, in my humble opinion. So I'm not going to complain. All right, so we got a hot start, so we don't need to prime or anything. So we're going to turn the battery on. Of course, we're going to put the left mixture full. We're going to hit that fuel pump on. We're going to yell clear, clear. And we're going to start the left engine back up. Got it. Fired up. Don't need to prime. Turn the right fuel pump on. And we got to put the right mixture up full, as you can see on the honeycomb cam. Now we can kick that right engine on. The right brake. Yeah. Turn that fuel pump off. Now we can turn our alternator and avionics back on. Now we got to go back in. We got to go. I think I could probably find O'Hare from here. But nonetheless, I'm still going to put it in direct because why not? Like, use your resources, sim fans. Use your resources. When it comes to flying, I'll tell you what, like in real life, and you can back me up in Aces Down, even if you had a passenger that has no idea how to fly an aircraft, you could still say, if you ran into IMC conditions, instrument conditions, I could tell a passenger like my wife or somebody else, even that's never flown before, and say, watch that the vertical speed indicator, and also watch the altimeter. These 2 instruments, or just watch the vertical speed indicator if I'm trying to stay level, and let me know if it goes below 500 or if it goes below. And use, again, the point being, use your resources. All right, so we're gonna go KORD. That's our ICAO for Chicago O'Hare. So let's plug that in. And I promised you that I would fly by the landmark scenery from Orbx. So we will be doing that here in broad daylight and we're going to fly through the city to kind of see it in all of its glory, and then also to see kind of like what kind of frame rates. I'll be interested to see what kind of frame rates we get. I've done it before, but not after like a long flight. I don't know if that's going to matter or not, but so we only got 30 miles. Our desired trek is 318. Let's get our Honeycomb Bravo Throttle Quadrant set to that course. We're just going to call it there. That's close enough. Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's get back up in the air, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. Oh, what the hell? Let's just go. I feel like I'm forgetting something. It's kind of like the thing when you're going on a long trip. It's like, what the hell did I forget? We're leaving. We're driving to the airport. What did I forget? I know I forgot something. I got my wallet. Yeah, I got my keys. Anyway, we'll figure it out. All right, so we're going to... Oh, God, hopefully I don't hit this thing. Let's go outside. Oh, we're fine. Why were you all worried? We were fine. Okay. Kick back on the track IR. Run over a few servicemen. Service people. Okay, let's see here. Oops, sorry. I always forget to disable track IR when I'm looking around. I don't want to make you all dizzy. Apologize. Okay, so let's see. Let's see where we want to go. We want to go to the right. So, okay, that'll work. That'll work. All right, we're going to kick on the strobes and the landing light. Watch where the hell we're going. And we're going to get this bird in the air. Put a notch of flaps. One notch of flaps. Let's check the left. Make sure it's clear. It's clear. Let's look to the right. It's clear. Let's take off. Ah, hit the cam again. Put that. Now this better not frickin' like crash on me. Again, I think there's a... shit. Please don't crash. That would be... Wouldn't that be a damn shame? By the way, I am determined that there's a bug in this aircraft, and I could be wrong, but sometimes Microsoft Flight Simulator detects a crash, overstressed aircraft, even if you're flying and just gently pulling it off the runway at 60, 70 knots. It'll, like, go to black screen that we've all seen. And, you know, it's kind of like, what the... Okay, so now we got to do a little bit of a detour. Yes, exactly. Ace is down. We did try that. Okay, so right now, I don't think you can see it. We're at 30 frames per second right now. Okay, Sim fans. Now 31, it's kind of it's going kind of between 29 and 31. Pull up that last notch of flaps. Don't need that extra drag. But now, as we can see, we've got plenty of fuel. Hey, we made it! We made it! We did this together. We made this. So now we can head on over to O'Hare, but first we're going to do a flyby Willis Tower. We're going to buzz the tower. We'll buzz the tower. We'll see. And by the way, I still got to check it out because this scenery I was noticing while spinning by it during the night. Let's go ahead and let's turn on the autopilot and let's put in heading. But you know because I'm just lazy. I mean, if you have an autopilot, why not be lazy? All right, Ace is down. Sounds good, buddy. But yeah, when you're flying, you know, with this aircraft, you know, I would always recommend throwing the autopilot because it works so well, and you know. It's just like we were talking about. We can have that extra person there, right, while you're flying. But anyway, I was talking about Willis Tower. So they actually rendered the inside of the observatory in 3D, which I think is pretty slick. But I wanted to go and actually take a look at that and do like drone mode and go through that and see it. So right now, now we're starting to hit. The frame rates are, well, no, we're hanging around 29, 30. I saw it hit down to 28. I'll guarantee you, though, once we get downtown, it's going to be, I'd suspect, probably mid-20s. But if you check out, if you want to see the night scenery of this, I did a live stream, I don't know if it was like, I think it was 3 nights ago. Was it Sunday night? What are we on, Wednesday already? Yeah. Yeah, it was maybe 4 nights. I don't know. It was recent. But oh, the frame rates were terrible, friends. I mean, it was, sim fans, it was like in the teens. It was like 15. I think sometimes it was at 14 and 16. It was horrific. So, and I've got medium settings. Again, I have a 1080 NVIDIA card, i7 7700K, 32 gigs of memory, and again, medium settings, and it was atrocious. But daytime flight, it actually seems pretty good. But I've noticed that too with just night in general, because I don't know if it's the way they do the lighting or what, but it definitely has an impact, which is, I don't know, it's kind of crazy because actually at night you would think they could wash out a lot of the textures and then just bump the night, the night processing for the light processing, not the night, the light processing to the GPU, and then like remove a lot of the texture rendering. And I'm sure they'll continue to improve performance and increase and tweak it so that night isn't as bad on frame rates, because you'd think, if anything, night would actually be easier, but I suppose with the lights and the blooms and all that stuff, and reflections, is probably more has to do with that. I'm excited about the ray tracing stuff too, because the reflections off the water. I would swear, like, check that video out if you would, or check somebody's video out doing the night. But going along Lake Michigan, you see the reflections off Lake Michigan and the east side of Chicago. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's beautiful. And there was part of me that could put aside the whole 14, 15 frames per second because it just looks so damn good. All right, well, okay, so I'm going to demonstrate vertical speed. So vertical speed, all we got to do is hit the vertical speed button, change it to vertical speed mode on our mode selector, which is on the left right here. You can see that, and I can just dial that button down, and we'll descend. Pull a little throttle out, of course, when we're descending. Probably should have done that anyway after we left KOXI. Stark County Airport. So we're getting right now, okay, I mean, this is good. 29 frames per second, see? It's the frickin' night. It's the lights. It's got to be the lights that impacts frame rate so bad. It's got to be. Okay, shit. I spoke too soon. Yeah, now we're down to 27. Nope, we just dropped to 21. We're like bouncing between 21 and 27, but it's still, I still think, even at 28 frames, which we're getting right now, is still acceptable. Wouldn't you? I mean, talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, sim fans. Wouldn't you say 28 frames is acceptable? I mean, I know we all want 80 plus frames per second, but see, now we're dropping big time. Yeah, now we're at 15, and you can tell. 14. So maybe it isn't just the night. Because we're at 14. Although oh, you know what? Oh, shit. Look at that. 12? This is preposterous. Look at this. Good God. But look at the pier. See the pier down there? Oh, yeah. Going by. Okay, we got to take the autopilot off, right? Because we got to free fly this sucker. We got to hand fly it. So we'll buzz right around John Hancock. Let's go right by John Hancock. Let's watch our airspeed so we don't overstress the aircraft. Oh, I gotta put the track IR. Sir, John Hancock building. Then of course we gotta. We'll fly over by. I'm gonna drop down here. Sorry about that. But I mean, like, look at the density of this, fans. I mean, like, another good thing about simming, because like, how big of trouble would we get doing this in real life, right? We're at 9 frames per second. It's like we're back to FS10 when it just got released and we had mediocre hardware. Okay, let's see if we can see in this observatory. And I swear, you can see. Let's look. See that? Tell me that's not 3D rendered, fans. That's frickin' 3D rendered. You know it is. You can see right through there. That's just beautiful. God, I can't wait to get a new machine. I need new hardware. That's just it. I'm going to have to frickin' buy pre-built. Because if I want 3080, I'm going to have to buy pre-built. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts. But I mean, even look at this. Look at the top of those buildings. Look at that. I mean, and I'll tell you what, if you looked, go check it out. If you haven't already checked it out, go look at the screenshots on Orbx. And look at, like, there's like freaking curtains inside these windows. You can actually see curtains. I want to see, like, you know, there are the ledges. See? Those little plexiglass ledges. If you ever go to Chicago, there's these plexiglass, and it freaks you out because you can actually go and stand on top of these plexiglass. It's like a full rectangle box that hangs outside from the building. I'll go back around and see if we can't take a look at those. But it freaks you the hell out because you go out and you can stand on these damn things and you like literally look at your feet and you're looking straight down to the ground. It's pretty freaking cool, but it freaks you out. Let me see, because I'll show you here. Oh, sorry. Stop. They're right there. See them? See them hanging out there? So you can actually go and stand on those, sim fans, and you can look straight down. And we did it at night, and it was pretty. Here, I'm going to disable track IR because that's just the frame rates are too bad. But it's pretty flippin' cool. All right, so we got to go by Soldier Field, right? I mean, that's a given. If we're in Chicago, we're going to go loss of license and never fly again kind of trouble. Yes. Ace is down. That's exactly what would happen. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so there's Soldier Field. How cool is that? I just cross-controlled the hell out of it so I didn't have to bank all the way to see that. But yeah. And then Shed Aquarium over there. Mix Field was just back over. Let's bank over here. 12 frames per second, by the way, sim fans. 12 flipping frames. 12. How? Well, I'll tell you how. Look at the detail. But yeah, isn't that so flippin' sad? That was all demolished because of the mayor of Chicago. I can't remember the year. But it was all politics, and they ripped Meigs Field out, and it's so sad they did that. But as you can see, I mean, you know, it's not just the buildings; it's all the landscape and the highway system and everything. Yes, Aces Down, I did see that. As a matter of fact, now I don't have it for MSFS. I have it for X-Plane, the mixed field. And I believe it's from Orbx, right? Because I purchased that from Orbx, and I have it for X-Plane. But do they have it for Microsoft Flight Simulator? That's pretty cool if they do. I'll have to check that out. Okay, is that good, Sim fans? Are we ready to go to O'Hare and we'll land? And you know what? To be fair, everyone, please keep in mind that I also have not only the Orbx scenery and the landmark scenery, it could also be the fact that I have Chicago O'Hare payware scenery too. So if my card's actually rendering the textures for both FS Dream Team O'Hare and is rendering the Chicago landmarks, it's definitely got to have an impact. So what to be fair to Orbx and Drzwiecki or whatever the developer's name is, that I can never pronounce his name, what I'll actually do to be fair, to give him a fair shake, is I will remove FS Dream Team, so my computer and graphics card isn't trying to render O'Hare scenery at the same time, because I think that's got to be part of it. I can't believe that the Chicago landmarks would get the rating, because I mean, if you look on the marketplace, it's got a 5 out of 5, and if it really performed that bad, I find it hard to believe that it would get that kind of rating. So I gotta believe that it's just the fact that I've got FS Dream Team payware scenery loaded up here as well. Does that make sense? I gotta believe that that's what's happening. Not Orbx. Who does the mixed field then? Aces Down? I want to check that out. Because that, I mean, we all remember, right? Back in the SimLogic days, remember flying into Meigs Field? I think that was actually like the one of the very, very few airports that they rendered. Oh my God, look, I'm sorry, look at my, oh boy, that's horrendous. I didn't even check out OBS. Am I okay, or do I just need to turn my webcam off? Sorry about that, because that's really distracting. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, thank you, Aces Down. Yeah, and I can check too, but I appreciate that. Yeah, because that's really cool scenery. I'll tell you what, the Orbx version of it though, for X-Plane is flip. It's not as good as what we just looked at, because it does have the Chicago landmarks as well. And now to come think about it, was it Drzwiecki? God, I should just stop trying to pronounce that guy's name. Because I can't do it. I'm doing him a lot of injustice by trying. Okay, so we're going to tune in Chicago O'Hare International. We're going to tune in Tower, and we're going to say request full landing. And see, we're cruising, and it's all fine because we've got plenty of fuel. Two 8. So this time I'm actually going to turn this to 2-8. Okay, 2-8 right. Remember that. 2-8 right. Thank you. 17 frames per second, by the way, fans. I honestly got to check this out because, yeah, I mean, this is not... Oh, God, I'm way too high. Yes. Sorry about that. This is really a horrible approach, I realize. was way too high. This hasn't been one of my better nights of flying. Okay, we're just gonna drop in 2 notches of flaps. We'll just put all the rest in. So just watch me to learn how not to do a proper approach. Oh, God. I'm really gonna have to stop drinking when I do even these sim flights, because it's just, I guess that's a good testament to why not to drink when you fly, because it definitely, no, don't do it! Don't you, Microsoft Flight Simulator, don't you dare die on me. Not now. Come on, baby. Land. Oh, look at that, fans. How freaking smooth is that? See, even if I don't do the best approach, I'm still going to get us down nice and safe and smooth. All right, so let's see. Up, track IR off, strobes off, landing off, taxi on. Yeah. We're going to go up to this next one. Technically, I think we should be like going over to the left, but I'm gonna go to the closest place, SimFan, so we can get this bird shut down and tire down, and we'll be good to go. I wonder if Chicago O'Hare has ever seen a Piper Seminole pull up to a gate and request a jetway. Oh, would you stop? I thought I told you to bug off, lady. Okay. So we're just going to pretend we're like in a CRJ or something, and we're just going to park right here. How's that sound? Okay. Turn the parking brake on. Turn the pitot heat off. Turn avionics off. We'll pull our prop out. And let's see, we got everything off. Everything pretty much. And then we'll pull our mixture out. And there we are. All right, let's take a look quick, fans. Don't leave me quite yet. We're gonna jump up here. And so again, this is the FS Dream Team scenery if you're interested. But again, I mean, it's, as you can see, it's pretty robust scenery. You know, so, you know, to be fair, because I mean, it performed fairly well. You can see Chicago skyline off there. What is that, a 747 that just landed? Or is taken off, one of the two? Nah, he's got to be landing. But yeah, so, you know, to be fair, I think I need to actually make sure that I remove probably the FS Dream Team scenery that I have here. Oh, I think he might be taken off. No, I don't know. But yeah, I do like the FS Dream Team scenery. I mean, I did a review of it. It's as you can tell, it's pretty vast. I mean, it's a big airport, as many of you probably know. But I really need to remove it so that I can do a proper a review of the scenery. So, but anyway, again, do appreciate everybody joining me tonight. Let me see if the I don't know, are the frame rates on this? I gotta check and see if my GPU my GPU is still pegged out at 100%. So hold on a sec. What I'll do is we're gonna try something here, but you know, let's see if that even helps. I don't know. Maybe that won't even help because it's still pegged at 100%. So anyway. Do appreciate all of you joining me tonight. I do really, I think it was a fun night, even though it didn't go as planned. And sometimes those make the better streams, right? I mean, I think, you know, it was a little bit maybe even more interesting, the fact that we ended up doing something a little unplanned. And I do appreciate, again, all of you joining me tonight, flying with me, sticking in there, being with me. And as always, stay safe. Blue skies to you. I see a few more messages here from Aces Down. Yeah, the end of the stream was glitchy for sure. Maybe OBS, I don't know. Yeah, I was pegged at 100%, and like even here, you know, it's kind of that thing where it's my card is rendering with the 2D stuff, and so something is happening with that. But I do appreciate the feedback. Is it okay now? I think it's okay now. Once I start exiting out, and my GPU is no longer trying to render both OBS, my camera, and everything else. But again, appreciate it, Sim fans. Thank you so much, and I do appreciate you doing the smash ups, subscribing if you haven't already. Do check out, I do plan on doing a live stream this Saturday. I'm not quite sure what time I'll do yet. I might do 1:30, I might do 4:30, one of the two. But please, thank you, Aces Down. Looks like it's fine now. But please do watch for that. If you're available, I would love to do another flight with you. What I might do is I might do a different aircraft, and maybe we'll do a West Coast flight. I do have the payware of Santa Barbara. I've got the payware for, you know what, let's do a Latin VFR from San Diego, and then maybe we'll do to Santa Barbara. Actually, maybe we'll do, how about this? Let's do from San Diego to Tampa. Not Tampa. What did I just say? Tampa. I'm drunk. We'll do from San Diego to Las Vegas by Tampa, fly Tampa scenery. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. So both beautiful payware packages, both scenery packages that I feel are worth buying. I'll leave that up to you, of course, but I'll plan on doing that for this coming Saturday, again at 1:30 to 4:30, but do watch for that stream. Again, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I know it's late. Hopefully you get enough time to sleep before the day tomorrow, but to all of you, stay safe, blue skies, and we'll see you soon. Take care.